I want to welcome everyone to this meeting. Protocols. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the President of the Gracia Machel Trust, Ms. Gracia Machel herself. I also acknowledge all the board members, namely Melise Mengwani, Ms. Theo Sowa, Ms. Sosika Misiga, Mr. Fred Siwankwe, Ms. Josina Michelle, Ms. Anuke Bynes, Dr. Mtandazo Ngwenya, Ms. Priscilla Mbalane, and Mr. Pablo Joel Makosholo. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to this important event for Africa. And my role is to give a short speech on acknowledging and celebrating the critical role the women of Africa have played in shaping Africa's development agenda and driving socio-economic transformation. The former Malawian Vice President Joyce Banda once said, and I quote, "The seed of success in every nation on earth are best planted in women and children." We have seen women in Africa ascend to CEO of international organization conglomerates. We've seen also women become governors of central banks, deputy governors of central banks. We've seen them as CEO of banks and other developmental organization heads. And the result has been these women have recognized that other women behind them have been marginalized because they are women, and they have worked tirelessly at uplifting in hierarchy of the women that are serving under them, not because they are women, but because they are duly qualified and compete very well with their menfolk. This is a great achievement and has given a lot of wider thinking to the women, because a woman in the boardroom thinks about the children, the future, and where she's coming from, and fights for the underprivileged. Because you see, these women who have sat in the boardrooms came from very humble backgrounds through hard work. Then we look at the gains, secondly, in social development. The women have looked at the livelihood of other women. How can we empower them? How can we give them access to financial services? How can we give them access to health? They've looked at how are they living? In what kind of conditions are these women living? They've given women education. Even at older ages in life, women have been accorded a chance to go back to school to improve themselves so they can have enough information to make business decisions. And their lives have improved on health, on cleanliness, on hygiene, and generally just on confidence. A woman has discovered that she is important. And all this is coming from a woman being part of the community to play in politics. We have seen women become presidents, become vice presidents, become parliament heads, like in Zambia. And once they're in those positions, they've recognized the hardships the women go through and created structures like social security and other structures in gender sensitivity, the GBV violence voice. It has given great voices for women. Women need a voice. Women need to speak out. Women need to encourage each other. And once they are given the platform, they then begin to fight the evils that marginalize them. So you've come to the right conference. You've come to a place of sharing. I want to welcome you and say, feel free. These three things I've raised, let them be takeaways as you go back. In closing, you are most welcome. Please feel free and participate fully. Thank you.